Hi, my name is Franco Cavallari. I'm the Chief Science Officer of Ocean Avenue. And I've come to you from various settings, from my lab at the university, from the lecture hall where I have the pleasure of using the chalkboards to deliver my message with images that I may require. And you've seen me come from my personal gym. Now this isn't the greatest gym. I don't need to be in an environment where there's a lot of people motivating me. I need to be alone to focus on my workout. Everybody's different. So if you need to be in a gym where you have a lot of people pushing you and helping you move through your workouts, great. I don't need that. This works for me. This is where, the rubber meets the road for me. But I do want to highlight the importance of mixing up your training, of including some form of resistance training that stimulates the muscles, that challenges the muscles of your body. Now you don't have to have muscle mass like a bodybuilder. For me, bodybuilding and stimulating the muscle is an addictive thing. I've done it since I was 14 years of age, and today, I'm 47. And I can't get it out of my blood. It's just something I need to do. I feel great doing it, and it just invigorates my body. But I still do cardio training. I work out in the morning, for example, with a run. Whether it's a run on the road with my dog, whether, and by the way, he's right here sitting with me in the gym, or whether it's on the treadmill if it's raining, or if I'm really, my knees are sore, or I just need the break from the road. I have also a stationary bike, and I have a stepping machine. So I vary the cardio training, and I vary the cardio versus resistance training. Some people can use, say, a CrossFit system where the resistance training is mixed in with a cardiovascular workout so that the heart rate's maintained while you're challenging the muscle. Whatever works for you is your own personal preference. But mix it up so that you don't get tired of it. And I'm here today not to talk about so much about the training and to advocate the weight training versus cardiovascular training or vice versa. But first thing is I need to highlight the fact that you need to mix up your training so that you do get resistance training to stimulate muscle mass and cardiovascular training to condition your cardiovascular system. Now, why is it important to maintain muscle tone? As we age, we tend to lose muscle mass, but it's very important to maintain it because in times of duress, in times where we may become very ill and sedentary, or hospitalized where we require surgery, those stresses on the body cause the body to catabolize lean muscle as a source of energy. See, what happens when you're under extreme stress, and illness is stress, surgery is stress, what happens is that insulin efficiency declines as a function of this stress. And it means that the body starts to utilize the nutritional stores it has within itself. And the interesting thing is that your muscle and the peripheral tissues of the body can use keto acids, they're called, as sources of energy, and they are derived from fatty acids, from fat. But you see, your liver will pick up this fat that is released from the body, and the keto acids, ketones, are also used by your muscle mass to drive and fuel them. But the challenge is that your brain cannot function with those as a source of energy. And so the body will always catabolize muscle to retain glutamine and branched-chain amino acids so they can be converted to glucose so the body can serve the brain its primary fuel. So it doesn't matter how much muscle mass you have. When you enter, say, a hospital setting because of injury, because of illness, you are going to encounter atrophy and catabolism of muscle. The more you start with, the healthier you will be when you come out. So that's why it's important to maintain muscle tone. Other reason is that muscle tone is metabolically active. And so this metabolically active tissue burns calories. And so that's a healthy thing about muscle mass. Muscle mass, when it's abundant and functioning well, also helps to clear blood sugar because it's an active tissue that picks up blood sugar so that it helps you regulate blood sugar efficiently. Okay? Now, I want to highlight again the importance of Invigorate for different reasons. I've talked about Invigorate's capacity to improve serotonin efficiency, to improve general metabolism and thermogenesis, the body's ability to burn fat. I've talked a little bit about its ability to stimulate your adipose fat mass so that it can secrete sufficient quantities of a hormone called adiponectin. Now, I've talked about our fat mass being much like an organ, and it secretes various hormones that have so many different functions in the body. And in fact, you know, people know a lot about leptin, and I'll talk again about adiponectin in a moment. Leptin is a hormone that the fat mass secretes, and the more fat you carry, the more leptin your fat mass secretes. And this leptin is supposed to penetrate to the brain through the blood-brain barrier to signal through the hypothalamus to your brain that you have enough energy stored in your body and you don't need more packed on here. So it kind of slows the eating process. It inhibits behavior of feeding and the appetite activation. So the challenge is that so many people have what is called leptin resistance in the brain. And leptin will be secreted in abundance while this fat mass grows, and more leptin is secreted, and more leptin is secreted, but the brain never gets the signal. And so you keep eating. But leptin does another thing in the brain. It activates what's called the SNS, the sympathetic nervous system. The SNS, the sympathetic nervous system, activates our brown fat cells. These brown fat cells are responsible for burning fat for us when we have it abundantly insulating our body, you see. So you can see when leptin resistance progresses for various reasons in different people for various reasons. We tend to mismanage calories. We consume too many. And our body does not burn off calories spontaneously, so you have to work harder to burn them off. The other thing that happens is while leptin secretions increase with this ever-escalating fat mass, with the situation that occurs with obesity, other hormones, other adipokines, tend to decrease in secretion. Now, when leptin increases in abundance in our circulation, it also acts as a pro-inflammatory hormone. It has been known now for about 7 to 8 years that leptin is a primary factor that contributes to the escalation of inflammation in the body, to thrombosis, which is blood clotting, to damage to the blood vessels, okay, atherosclerosis. And it's one way that this excessive fat mass contributes to cardiovascular disease. So it's important to control this fat mass for various reasons, because we need to control the hormones that it secretes. The fat mass also, as I've said in previous blogs, secretes TNF-alpha, which is an inflammatory compound. It secretes interleukin-1, interleukin-6, interleukin-8. These are cytokines that are inflammatory, and they join in the circulation of the body. In fact, it is recognized that the fat mass can contribute to as much as 30% of the circulating inflammatory cytokines in the body. And we know that a pro-inflammatory state in the body is conducive to disease, right? We've seen that many times, I've said that many times, and so that's why we have to control this fat mass by improving muscle tone, by improving caloric expenditure, and by using Invigorate so that leptin can deliver its signal to the brain. Now, the other thing that Invigorate does is that it causes the fat mass to secrete adiponectin in sufficient quantities. Adiponectin is another hormone, but in the case of adiponectin, this hormone that is secreted by the fat mass, it's another adipokine. This adiponectin decreases in concentration as the fat mass increases. So as your fat cells get stuffed with free fatty acids and triglycerides, the adiponectin secretion decreases. Now, adiponectin is responsible for helping control your appetite. It's responsible for improving or facilitating insulin function and blood sugar clearance. It acts as an anti-inflammatory. It helps to control appetite. All these things that are beneficial. So you can see as the fat mass increases, leptin increases and can cause a problem if it's not signaling properly, while adiponectin decreases and does not deliver its value or its benefits to the body. And Invigorate helps to create sensitivity in the brain to leptin, while causing your fat cells to secrete more adiponectin so that your body will burn fat, control blood sugar, and help regulate calories coming in. Now, I just finished a workout about 20 minutes ago, a half hour ago, and right after I finish this post, I'm going to go have my regular, which you probably already know to be 2 pouches of Way Beyond and 4 capsules of Empower as a post-workout. And that will help me restore muscle mass, improve immune function, help the body burn fat, and reduce inflammatory response to the workout, so tomorrow I'm ready for another one. Because tomorrow morning, I'm going for a run. It's summertime, and I want to make sure that my abs are showing. Everybody's asking me, how come you do these blog posts and you never show your abs? Well, you know, I'm not ripped. I'm in sufficient, reasonable shape, but I'm going to work towards getting leaner over the next 3 to 4 weeks, and I'll probably lose about 4 or 5 pounds just by increasing the amount of Invigorate I use from 2 capsules 3 times a day to 4 capsules 3 times a day, and I'll just use the 4 capsules for 2 weeks, and my abs will be protruding a little more than even this. So again, I'm 47 years old, and I'm doing my best to stay in shape. People say they don't have time to work out. I find the time. It's 11 o'clock right now, 10 after 11. My family's sleeping, and I took 30 minutes to work out with the weights, and I worked out this morning. Went for a run at 6:30 in the morning with my dog, and it was a 30-minute run. That's it, 30 minutes. It invigorates your body, gets you ready for your day, and I'm ending my day with a quick workout. I'm going to have my protein, finish off some emails, and we'll go to bed by midnight, and I'll be ready for another day. So get your workout in. Do it 4 or 5 times a week. That's all you need. Change it up so it's different all the time. The body never gets used to what you're doing, and you're changing it up and mixing in the cardiovascular training for conditioning of the heart and blood vessels, along with your resistance training to stimulate and challenge the muscles. And make sure you're taking your Invigorate to improve efficiencies of leptin, adiponectin, improve thermogenic activity, and insulin function and blood sugar regulation. These are amazing products that can really change your life, but you are responsible. You are responsible for getting up, getting your workout in 3 to 5 times a week, and taking your products the way I've designed them to be taken. Healthy Living is a guide that I've created. It's a book. It's 100 pages. It's an easy read. It's about an hour and a half read for the average person, and it will teach you how to integrate the products into your daily lifestyle, how to alter your daily lifestyle so that it works for you. It gets your mind and your body working for you towards your goal. This is easy when you know how to do it, and I know how to do it, and you should follow my lead. I hope and pray you do, because your life can change very quickly. Till the next post.